In the past, my Grace was a professional gymnast. She was injured in competition and decided to quit. She started having back problems. My wife graduated from university and got a good education. Now she is happy with her job. However, from time to time the back injury makes itself felt. About once a year, Grace undergoes a course of special massage. My story began when my wife came home from work one evening upset. You can imagine, the masseuse I go to has moved to another city. Now I have to find another one. My cousin works as the head of the department in the hospital in the city. I suggested we ask him for help. Robert actually recommended a good masseur, and within a couple of weeks Grace started coming to him for a therapeutic back massage. As it turned out, the masseur was a young man, also a former athlete, and he is a true master of his craft. I am very glad that I came to him, his wife praised him. And in fact, after this course, I want to have an anti-cellulite massage with him. But you don't have cellulite, I said. Not yet, but I will soon. I spend so much time sitting at my desk. I didn't argue. If she wants to do it, let her do it. At the same time, I was going through a difficult period at work. I had been promoted and had to stay late to get into my new position. My wife was seeing a massage therapist after work, and what time she came home, I didn't know. She also stayed late a couple of times a week after all the massage courses, she said, to go shopping with a friend at the mall, to turn in a report at work, to visit her mother, and the like. I didn't pay much attention to this, as I trusted her and didn't particularly supervise her. And for nothing. One day Jessica, my wife's friend, calls me and tells me that Grace is cheating on me with that very famous masseur. You can imagine how I felt at that moment. Of course, I didn't believe it right away. You can say anything, but there's proof. Other than what you said? Well, of course, otherwise I wouldn't have called you. I have a picture of them kissing in a nightclub. I accidentally saw them there and took a picture. I can also show you our correspondence. She confessed to cheating on me. But why do you want to know? I mean, you guys are best friends. Why does one of you get everything and the other one gets nothing? She has you, the kind of husband one can only dream of. How am I any worse? Why don't I have that? I didn't pursue the subject. It was clear to me. Elementary jealousy. Jessica also sent me a photo from the nightclub and screenshots of correspondence. The photo was kind of blurry, and it's easy to fake a text message. I thought I'd check it out for myself first. Then Grace calls me and tells me she has to stay late and redo a report. I didn't say anything, but I decided to follow up. I borrowed a friend's car. She'd recognize mine. And at the end of the workday, I parked in the parking lot in front of the office. After a while, Grace left the building, got in her car and drove off. She stopped outside a small restaurant. She entered and sat down at a table with a man. I watched for a long time as they talked, kissing, stroking hands. It was clearly not a friendly encounter. After all I had seen, I left, not going into the restaurant. When Grace arrived home late that night, she was in a high spirits. I didn't want to confront her, but I wasn't going to forgive her betrayal. I didn't want to listen to her either. I just asked for a divorce. She realized that I knew everything. After that, she went to her mom, divorced us pretty quickly. Now I occasionally call her best friend Jessica to visit. She's a very hot girl. Every time she tries to surprise me. It's so cool. Thanks to Grace's cheating, I was free. All this time I've been living with her, doing her every whim, and getting a lot of nothing in return. Grace left me, and I'm free and happy. I'm very happy with Jessica, who comes over, spends the night with me and leaves. My life has become a fairy tale. As I found out, the messer also dumped Grace. Now she's without a messer and a husband.